Hey everybody, Sergio with the RideShare Guy. Hope you're all doing well. Getting ready, or you watched already the Show Me the Money episode today about taxes and how to read your summary. Before we get into any of this, please go free newsletter, sign up, click on www.therideshareguy.com, one word, and sign up to the free newsletter. In fact, in about a week, I'm going to write the article about the Boston driver who was on behind the wheel with probably the highest earnings I've seen for an Uber X driver and Lyft standard driver in the country. What else? Yeah, and we have a crossfire coming up this week where I get to shred Harry some more. Maybe you guys should show him some love and give him maybe 10 likes or so. So today's video is about upfront fares and shaving, as we call it on Show Me the Money. And it's very appropriate, the word shaving, okay? Why is that? So, two things happened about a year and a half ago. Upfront fares started pretty much rolled out nationwide by both companies, okay? And I like upfront fares just for the fact that I got to see the destination of the passenger, which I didn't do for about 10 years before then. However, with upfront fares came also something that is very negative. That is the headline of the video today. What is that? So before upfront fares, we were like cabs. We had a rate card. We had a time and distance pay system. With upfront fares, we have a black box algorithm that decides on the whim, according to Uber and Lyft, 50, 60 different things are looked at, and it spits out a price. Now, most drivers are saying since upfront fares started, they're making less money. I tend to agree with that. However, something really, really bad is happening with upfront fares. What is that? Well, look at the spreadsheet. This is very simple to do. I think all of you can do this. And you don't need to be an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets professor to do this. I did it in about 10 minutes after I finished my shift. Entry is easy. Summary is easy. So what does this signify? Like the title of the spreadsheet indicates, Lyft trip time and distance shaving. All right. So with upfront fares, the other half that's bad, as bad as the part that's good, which is seeing the destination of the passenger before we accept the request, is that there is no more rate card. So we really don't know. We're at the whims of the algorithm. They'll just spit something out. Now, I did 14 trips this weekend on Lyft, and I put all 14 trips. Now, to Lyft's credit and their full transparency, unlike Uber, you can do this on Uber as well, but you have to take a screenshot of the ping, incoming ping, and then fill out your spreadsheet. But that's not about this. Today's about Lyft. I'll probably do one on Uber shortly, and which I think the results are going to be similar, to be honest with you, because we've been noticing this and getting emails at sergio@therideshareguy.com quite a bit about this. So I go, you know what, let me go test it. And so I did 14 trips, and I put all 14 trips in here, and the first column says on the spreadsheet, Lyft UFD estimate. What is UFD? UFD is upfront fares and destination. Second column says Lyft actual result. Third column, time difference. Fourth column, miles difference. UFD meaning the estimate that the trip came in with, and actual meaning once I finish the trip, Lyft puts that up as well. Again, to their credit and full transparency, it's a lot easier on Lyft. Lyft puts up two boxes on your trip summary. The left box says estimate, the right box says actual. So you can clearly see what the estimate was and how much time and distance you had to drive extra or drove less, okay? So I put all that data in a simple spreadsheet, and as you guys can see, time difference was 22 minutes, and mile difference was 5.63. As you guys can see, again, there's ones, twos, minuses. Minus means I got there sooner than the estimate. Pluses mean I got there later than the estimate. And same thing with the miles difference column, okay? Luckily, none of the dollar numbers changed because we know from Show Me the Money last week that a poor driver drove about a mile less or less than a mile, and then they cut his fare by 25%. So it is happening. They are cutting fares if the trip ends shorter, but are they adjusting fares up? I had one this weekend that I battled with Lyft support for 2 hours. Of course, we didn't go anywhere. They didn't give me an adjustment up. But for the sake of sanity, just on those 14 trips, I drove an extra 22 minutes and 5.63 miles. Now, if you went to Lyft employee and said, by the way, you're going to have to work an extra 22 minutes for free, what do you think they will do? They'll probably flip you off, right? So, just because we're independent contractors, right, why should we get stiffed for those 22 minutes and 5.63 miles? If I cannot do anything this year, I'm going to change it this year. This part right here of upfront fares. I drove an extra 22 minutes and 5.63 miles on the house. This is not a charity. This is not public service. I'm spending gas, wasting gas, using my car for an extra 5.5 miles. That's costly. Now, that's on just 14 trips. Extrapolate this to a full-time driver of 50, 60, 70 hours a week. I'll bet you it's hours and hours of free driving and miles and free driving, right? So if you guys can run this and send me the results, I appreciate it because I need data. I'm going to keep doing this to prove that with upfront fares, time and distance shaving is as prevalent as anything else. Why should a driver drive 1 extra minute and 1/10 of a mile on the house without compensation? We didn't do it before because the clock started with the rate card when we started the trip, and actually when we accepted the trip for active time or book time in Lyft's case, and it ended when the passenger left the car. Why do we need to drive? In my case, for 14 trips, 22 extra minutes and 5.63 miles. If you extrapolate this to a full-time driver, okay, let's see, I did 14 trips. What if they did 140 trips in a week? Times 10, 220 minutes. 220 minutes is close to 4 hours extra. That's time that we will never get paid and we never got compensated for. And 5.63 miles times 10, that's another 55 miles extra. Why does anybody have to do free work these days? So, do this. This is very simple to do. Send me the results. Send me what kind of shaving you're getting. Are you getting a Class A shaving or you're benefiting? I don't know. Your numbers may be different in your city. I'm in LA. This was 14 trips. I'm going to keep adding to this data to my spreadsheet because once you create a spreadsheet, it's on your computer. You can keep adding to it. The columns stay the same. The data gets bigger. So, Sergio at RideShareGuy.com. Send me your results. 1. 2. Please sign up to our free newsletter immediately. www.therideshareguy.com. All my articles are going to be in there. And 3, actually 4. The 3 is Show Me the Money Club every Tuesday. Me and Chris, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And lastly, Crossfire 2 coming up, where I get to shred Harry this week. That was fun last time. I think it's going to be more fun this time. We have some good topics to discuss. So do you agree or disagree? Put the comments below on the video. Are you getting shaved? Or are you benefiting from upfront fares? Maybe you are. I got shaved for 14 trips by 22 minutes and an extra 5.5 miles. You all stay healthy and be safe out there.